You actually talked about that in next episode.
Let me start that just section.
Yeah.
Just going to do that. So Yay, you're here. Welcome to How to Be a Grown-Up with CK and GK. Let's get started. Hello and welcome. Why did it take me a second to say I haven't finished my coffee? I can tell you that's part of it. So I am medicated today, though. So
all right.
Well, yeah. I took half the dose. Does that count?
Sure.
No. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, hi everyone. We're so glad you're here. Welcome to How to Be a Grown-Up. This is the how-to show for women who really thought they'd have it all together by now, and I blame Clueless for all of us thinking we had it together. I'm Caitlin, and with me today is Ariella Monti. She is a novelist and dictionary definition of unstoppable, and she has unicorn hair.
Oh, thanks. But I'm that version of unstoppable that you hear on TikTok that it's like, I'm unstoppable. Yeah, that's me.
I like it. That'll work. So, have you ever noticed that your ADHD medication just stops working right before your period? Or maybe some weeks the brain fog hits you really hard and other weeks you're just on it with everything?
Yes.
Yeah, you're not making that up. Your hormones are literally messing with your ADHD brain, and not enough people talk about it. And I'm starting to see it more and more in creative spaces, but I want to make sure that we talk about it because we are nothing on this show if we're not advocating for women and women's health. So this is going to be part 1 of our 3-part series on ADHD and women's hormones. We are breaking this down because there's just a lot to unpack here. 2 episodes isn't enough. And I want to keep it as digestible as possible. So we're going to give it to you in bite-sized pieces so that your brain can actually process what's happening here. Mostly because I also need to be able to break down what's actually happening here. So today we are covering the basics about what's happening in your body, why your ADHD symptoms change throughout the month, and why you might have gone undiagnosed for such a long time. But before we do that, are you subscribed to this show? Are you?
Well, you should be.
Thank you. You really should. Go hit follow, go hit subscribe, whatever word your favorite podcast app uses to make sure you don't miss episodes. We'll be right back. Okay, y'all. POV, you find a diary exposing forbidden magic, and the hot museum caretaker's life depends on you burning it. Roots in Ink, the debut novel by Ariella Monti, is the fantasy romance for rebels. Use promo code CK and GK to get 20% off your copy at ariellamonti.com. Again, that's all caps CKANDGK for 20% off on ariellamonti.com. Get your copy for 20% off today. All right. So this was such a hard topic. The amount of sources that I use to pull this together is very long. So I can't list all of them here. So if you want to see all of them and you want to read the articles associated, please go to the show notes and or the blog post in the show notes and grab them. But I can tell you I used a couple of articles from Attitude Mag, of course, Chad, Evernow, Understood, Healthline, and a website that I hadn't heard of called Frontiers in Global Women's Health. All of these, again, are listed with links in the blog post for this episode, so please go check that out. But here's what you need to know up front. Hormone changes are not just background noise. They are actually central to the ADHD experience for women. This is not a women are more emotional. This is about actual brain chemistry changes that impact how your ADHD medication works and how your symptoms show up and why some weeks feel absolutely impossible while others you are functioning. I don't want to say good, but I want to say functioning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with your hormones. You've got a couple that are central to the experience. The primary one is estrogen. This is your brain's best friend, and you can think of this as your brain's personal assistant. Here's why. Estrogen boosts dopamine activity. We have talked about dopamine a lot. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that ADHD brains are already short on. When estrogen is high, your brain works better because estrogen boosts dopamine activity. So your focus improves, your organization skills feel like, okay, you're pulling some things together. Maybe you put things in the correct doom pile, whatever. And life seems to make a little bit more sense. Am I wrong? Like, come on. Sometimes doom piles,
no, exactly.
there's doom piles for certain things. It's a doom pile, but it's at least a organized by item doom pile.
Right.
Here's the thing. When estrogen drops, which is right before your period, after ovulation and during menopause, good times, that's when your brain's Wi-Fi signal gets weaker, right? Everything still works. It's just slower. It's more glitchy because your estrogen levels are lower. So you have lower dopamine production.
It's like dial-up.
Yeah, it is like that. I think I actually use that a lot later. The Wi-Fi signal analogy made a lot of sense to me. So be prepared to hear it more than once in this whole series. Okay, so if estrogen is your brain's best friend, progesterone is its complicated friend. Progesterone rises after ovulation, and for whatever reason, it seems to counteract some of the benefits of estrogen. So it makes your impulsivity harder to manage. It makes your brain fog thicker. It's not an evil, it's not like a frenemy. It's just it's complicated friend. When they get into your life, things kind of get mixed up. So thank you, progesterone. Jerk. All right. Here's what's going on with these two hormones. And I'm going to take you back to, 6th grade human anatomy class and your reproduction classes when you got to be separated from the boys. And they would tell you about your hormone cycle. And we're going to use the word menstruation. Are you ready? That word so much, but we're going to talk about it. Okay. So here's your typical monthly pattern. Week 1 is your menstrual phase. Okay. That's when your estrogen starts out low, but begins to rise, and you might feel some ADHD symptom relief. Week 2 is your follicular phase. That's when estrogen peaks. This is the week of the month where you have the good brain and you're like, yeah, I'm on it. Your medication works better. Your focus is sharper, and everything again just feels kind of manageable. Week 3 is your ovulation week phase. All of a sudden your estrogen drops like a rock. And that's when the brain fog kicks in and the progesterone, that complicated friend, starts to rise and everything starts to feel a little bit more difficult. And then in your luteal/PMS phase, estrogen stays low and your progesterone peaks. So this is why a lot of women report that their ADHD symptoms feel worse in this particular window of their cycle because your medication seems like it's ineffective. Your focus is completely shot. Your emotional regulation goes out the window. You're already like that anyway, right? Because women and hormones, and it's just that time of the month for you where you're emotional. And then you add this extra need for additional dopamine into your brain, and it just makes everything worse. So I hope that sounds familiar to you, or if you are someone who struggles with this combination, right? ADHD and cycle issues. It's brain chemistry. And I feel like I did a decent job of explaining that for this being the one subject that I got a C in high school, because I can't do chemistry to save my life. So
that all makes sense. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I called this next part the medication, what the F, solved. Can you tell I write content for a living? Okay, if you're medicated, if you're one of those ones like me who takes medication and you notice that your pills just basically stop working during certain weeks, you're not imagining it. And because here's why. Your ADHD medication, I'm just going to put it out there, was designed by men for men.
Yeah.
I made that part up, but I'm sure I'm not lying. Your ADHD medication.
Odds are you're right.
No, not lying. No. relies on having enough estrogen around in your body to do its job effectively, right? If estrogen boosts dopamine, then it's assuming that you have estrogen, a consistent level of estrogen in your brain and body to do the job effectively. But when estrogen drops right before and during your period, it's like it's trying to stream Netflix with dial-up, with terrible internet, right? The show is still there, but everything is just so slow. It's buffering. Nothing's working properly.
Yeah.
Your prescription has not changed, but unfortunately, your brain's ability to use it has, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to get more into medication and advocating for yourself in episode 3 of this series. So if you haven't subscribed and followed, like I told you to at the beginning of this episode, you need to go do that now so that you don't miss the part about medication and advocacy. Just putting that out there. Women get missed, and we've talked about this already. It was way back in episode 154. It's called ADHD in Women, the Late Diagnosis Epidemic and 10 Signs You Ignored. But there are reasons that women are underdiagnosed. And I'm just going to say, let's all raise a collective middle finger to the patriarchy right here. Yes, we're doing it. You can't see us because this is an audio format, but we're doing it. Thank you. And thank you if you participated. Reason 1 is the masking problem. And if you want a deep dive into masking, go listen to episode 157. That's ADHD Masking in Women, Why It Breaks You, and 6 Ways to Embrace Your Authentic Self. Again, can you tell I write blog content for a living? Look at those titles. SEO, AEO for the win.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the too long didn't read, too long didn't listen of that episode. Women develop incredible coping strategies that hide ADHD symptoms. For example, color coding everything, setting 47 phone alarms, people pleasing to avoid conflict. These strategies work really well until your hormones fluctuate heavily during puberty, during pregnancy, during menopause, and then everything kind of falls apart and your ADHD symptoms become pretty obvious. So that's one reason, is masking. 2 is hormonal confusion. ADHD symptoms and hormonal brain fog can look identical, especially during perimenopause. Just another thing to look forward to.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. I'm starting to go through it myself, and y'all, women are amazing. Also, it kind of sucks. Anyway, the key differences here, though, are the timing. ADHD symptoms have been there your whole life, even if they are masked, and hormonal brain fog is either new or recently worsened. So, paying attention to that as you sort of look for, is this ADHD symptoms or is this just perimenopause, is important. The other thing is the persistence of these symptoms. ADHD symptoms don't disappear completely ever, even on those good hormone days, but pure hormonal effects come and go fairly predictably with your cycle. So, I mean, Ariel and I can both tell you, even on our best hormonal days, it's still a hot mess up in here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a warm mess instead of a hot mess.
Right. Some days it's even lukewarm, right? Like some days it's...
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to get into the big life transitions in the next episode. But that's sort of the basics here. I want to give you kind of an intro, a little bit of a preview into what we're going to talk about next, which is these massive life phases, these life cycle stages. One of them is puberty. During puberty, you have those sudden hormone surges that can unmask previously undetected, hidden ADHD symptoms. So if you're a mom and you're a good student, suddenly can't focus in middle school and high school, it might not just be, teenage stuff. It might be teenage stuff okay? So this is often, at least that I've seen, in particular with girls, undiagnosed ADHD meeting those new fluctuating hormones. Another phase we have to talk about is pregnancy. God, women just have it. We have it so good. Wild hormone swings during pregnancy. Those affect everyone differently. Some of us cry because we take an Oreo out of the package, put it on the shelf, turn around, close the pantry door, and can't find our Oreo. I might be speaking from experience on that one. I cried. I lost my Oreo.
Yeah.
That was a hormone surge there. Yeah. Some women feel more focused during pregnancy because of the estrogen boost, right? But others feel more scattered because of the effects of progesterone. And postpartum brings a massive crash as your estrogen completely plummets.
I think I had a bigger hormone shift during postpartum than I did while I was pregnant.
Oh, I did too.
If I really think back on it, I truly think that yes. Yeah.
That was when any semblance of togetherness that I had completely fell apart. Was after.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
And I was going through other life changes too, right? Like I had, obviously you just have a baby, big enough life change. And then I moved to a new state, left my job, left my friends, left my family. I did a lot of things all at once that were a lot for me that shouldn't have happened all at the same time. And that all happened within 8 weeks of my son being born. At the same time, all of that, in addition to the fact that my brain was just like surging with all kinds of other things, like I know I probably had undiagnosed PPA. I probably had some undiagnosed PPD too. It was really bad.
PPD was on my radar because I was already diagnosed with depression. So it was on my radar, but PPA wasn't. And I definitely think that I had, especially now that I know that my anxiety manifests in a way that is not like what you would think as anxiety. It's like more overwhelm and irritability. And looking back on it, yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the last phase that we will get into in the next episode is menopause. Yay. In menopause, overall estrogen depletion, this is when your estrogen totally just completely drops like a rock, can cause severe brain fog and executive function problems. Again, issues we already know are problematic for ADHD women. However, it just gets so much worse during this time. Many women will experience their first ADHD symptoms that they can't ignore at this point in their life, and they get their ADHD diagnosis in their 40s and 50s, which is completely wild. Yeah. And they figure it out when hormone replacement isn't enough to fix the brain fog and the other issues that they're having. It's kind of wild. Yeah. So I thought that it might be worth just having a couple of reflection questions, just because, again, this is such a big deal and it's such a big topic, and it's just worth having a moment to think about this for yourself. So one, have you noticed times in your cycle where ADHD or when ADHD feels harder for you? Another one is, does your medication seem less effective certain weeks of your cycle? Last one is, did your symptoms become more obvious during major hormonal transitions for your body? So just some things to consider, especially if you're new in this ADHD journey. As we get into the next couple of episodes, I want to encourage you to keep those questions top of mind. So here's what's coming next. We're diving into the life stages. So puberty, especially for moms of daughters with ADHD, this is going to be a big one for you. Or maybe you'll look back and go, oh yeah, that was me. Cool. Pregnancy, perimenopause, and menopause, and why I put a swear word in the notes right here because I felt like I had to. And why all of your coping strategies go to shart.
Poop.
During each phase. Shart. Why did I choose shart? That's a gross word. And also hint, it's because all of your hormones go completely sideways. So having female hormones is another swear word. Effing treat, you know? Am I right, folks?
That's great.
After that episode, we're going to get into medication management and advocating for yourself. So subscribe now so you don't miss that information. But one, your ADHD symptoms, again, we've talked this enough, but I want to make sure it's clear to you that they're not all in your head, especially not when they're changing throughout the month. You're not crazy. Like, they really don't feel the same every week. Your brain is responding to real chemical changes, and understanding this pattern of those chemical changes is the first step to working with your body instead of against it. So all those other coping strategies we've talked about in the past will work better when you understand why certain ones of them don't work necessarily for you during the month, but then will work for you again the following week. You're not imagining things. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, right? You're just a woman with ADHD, and that requires you to follow your own set of rules. So that's what this conversation is here for. Just to let you know you're not alone in all this, and we'd love to hear your experiences. Please share any reflections that you have with us. You can DM us, you can send us an email. All that information is in the show notes. Can I just really quickly, this episode is going to come out a little bit later than, well, it's going to come out in a few weeks. So this is going to sound very behind the times, but I don't care. But I need to share the thing that I cannot get out of my head right now. And that is K-pop Demon Hunters.
I am sure that by the time this episode comes out, that K-pop Demon Hunters will still be the hottest thing.
I am hoping that's true because I love it so much. Like, for those of you who don't know, this is a movie on Netflix. It is exactly what it sounds like. The title is not hiding anything. These are K-pop stars who are demon hunters. And if BTS is that what it's called? Whatever that K-pop band is? I don't know.
I think so.
Whatever.
I don't know
if
anything
that's your
about
jam,
K-pop.
this is going to be even more your jam. Like, the songs are good. The story is good. It's not just it's not a musical. It's not like Oklahoma where like things can be depressing and then all of a sudden people just start singing randomly. It's not Les Mis, right?
Yeah.
Which is also like, the story is so lovely. No one's singing. Like, I'm reminded of the line from Will and Grace that Blythe Danner says, "Oh, the poor people don't sing that much." Like, it's just, that's why she hates musicals, which is hilarious. It's not like that, right? It's like, these are K-pop stars. What they do is they sing. So the singing's not out of place, but the songs are good. You guys, the movie got a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard on an episode of It's Been a Minute that I think currently when we are recording this, I think there are 4 songs from that
that are
soundtrack
charting,
that are on that are on the Billboard top 100.
Okay, now I have to look because that's amazing. Hang on.
Yeah.
It is such a fun. Oh, Billboard's not going to get it. Billboard top 100. Oh my God, let's see. Oh my gosh, yes, they have the number 1 song. Number 1, Golden by Huntrix, which is the name of the K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Okay, wait. And they have the number 4 song, the number 5 song, the number 9 song. And number 19 and 21. This is wild. 6. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah. You guys, if you haven't watched it, I'm going to encourage you to watch it. There's a chance your child, if you have kids our age, they're probably already talking about it. Oh, and look, there's another one too. 7. It's number 50, but it's a different version of it. Anyway, it's kind of wild. I would check it out. It's a fun watch. I have encouraged people to watch it without their child because my son likes to sing along with it now. But their voices are so good. I just want to hear them. I love when my son sings. It's my favorite thing. I heard this once from one of my clients, but the client said a singing kid is a happy kid. And I completely agree with that. So when my son is singing, it makes me filled with joy. Also, I want to watch this movie. So I turn on the subtitles so I can understand everything that they're saying. And there's been a couple of songs where I'm like, what are they saying? That's because they're speaking Korean in the middle of the song. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. But it's a fun movie. I feel like I need the girls to repair the honeymoon because something ain't right with this world right now. So they need to get the demons locked away for real. So anyway, that's my current obsession. I don't know. Do you have an obsession right now, or are you just going to enjoy my honeymoon obsession at the moment?
No, if we're talking about music obsessions, I decided, I think it was earlier this week or last week, to introduce my son to Bon Jovi.
Nice.
And I haven't listened to Bon Jovi like regularly in a very, very, very long time. And so I kind of forgot how much I loved Bon Jovi. And I have been rocking out to these 80s power ballads.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
In the car. Oh my God.
It's so good.
You know, if your significant other is not laying you down on a bed of roses while they sleep on a bed of nails, you just need to leave them. Like, just
That's a
leave
green
them.
flag right there. Did you know? I don't think I've told you this. So when I was in a sorority in college, you know, there are some songs that turn up everybody, every race, right? Mm-hmm. And for white people, some of them are, one of them is Living on a Prayer.
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing, Living on a Prayer. Yeah. Several things by the Eagles, stuff like that, right? So Sweet Caroline, one of those. Living on a Prayer is one of them. Right. And I told this to my father, and my dad was like, so this is going to sound weird. This is when I was still in college. So, but like, I have this opportunity to go see Bon Jovi in concert. And I was like, yes, I'm going. Yes, I will go with you. So I have seen Bon Jovi in concert as an adult. And it was so amazing. Fun. I don't think my dad expected me to be as into it as I was. I was very into it. It was big fun. So I fully support this. Oh, yeah. This is great. Yeah. Sorry, your son likes it?
Yeah. Okay. He does. Okay. Like, I've been slowly like introducing him to the bands that I listen to, but it's tough when a lot of the bands you listen to have a lot of bad words in like when I was listening to like Limp Bizkit or like, you know, anything by Janet Jackson is probably not appropriate for my child to say. Right. You know, like all of the 90s like gangster rap that like I can't play that for my child just yet. But Bon Jovi is relatively 9-year-old friendly. So
highly recommend.
He's been into it. Yeah.
All right. I like it. Well, here's hoping that we can repair the honeymoon, and until then we'll all just be living on a prayer. Heyo. You're welcome. Hey. Okay, we're gonna. This is a shorty one. So come back next week when we start talking about the life phases and how those are impacting your ADHD symptoms. Okay. As Jenny would say, make good choices. Love you, mean it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.